There's treasure hidden under your vehicle and thieves want it.
Surge of catalytic converter thefts recently.
Thieves roll in seemingly nice vehicles, get out, jack up this Prius, and in less than 1 minute, they cut and steal the catalytic converter from underneath.
In 2019, there were a reported number of over 3,000 claims of catalytic converter thefts. People were literally ripping them out of victims' cars to sell for a profit. This part in question contains platinum, palladium, and rhodium used to convert toxic gases into a safer form to not damage the environment when fuming out of exhaust pipes. Why are people doing this? Is this illegal hustle even worth it? And will it ever stop? Coming into 2020, there were a metric of over 14,000 catalytic converter thefts, replacing the record set in 2019, creating a dangerous trend for the months following. 2021 being the subsequent peak, with over 50,000 claims of theft involving the infamous catalytic converter. Metal values play like the stock market, with gold being the, gold standard, like the Bitcoin of metals. I always see those commercials claiming that gold is the realest form of investments, storing it and selling later when the value increases. Criminals who steal these catalytic converters are playing on the whole get it while you can stigma, unless you mean the very few stupid people in Texas who try to store their rewards inside their homes until the police eventually raided them. As I was saying, this is exactly like any stock investment. Also, like any stock investment, there's always competition. Believe it or not, gold isn't the most valuable. In 2019, leading to its peak in 2021, rhodium skyrocketed in value all of a sudden after car companies wanted to help compete with the rising need to fight growing nitrous oxide emissions and also shortages relating to the global pandemic in 2020. In fact, the highest ever recorded price for rhodium peaked conveniently around the time cat converter thefts did, reaching $29,800 per ounce in March of 2021. The coveted catalytic converter is what helped the peak. Inside that thing is 1 to 2 grams of rhodium, 3 to 7 grams of platinum, and 2 to 7 grams of palladium, all working together for the same goal. To criminals, all that means is money. Each converter is scrapped for at least $300 to $1,500, and in addition to how easy it is to grab one of these from somebody's car with help, that's a whole week of working done in under 30 minutes. A video on YouTube shows how in under 2 minutes, how fast these people went up to this car, jacked it up, and cut the converter from the vehicle. They did it so fast, I doubt they would have got caught if it wasn't for their car being in the center of a camera secretly recording them. With money and success takes sacrifice to some degree, even if it's a get-rich-quick method. This time it's converting theft and vandalism into a few easy $100. It was as easy as going to your local scrapyard and selling it that quickly. Nobody was questioned. As the trend started to rise, alongside the soaring costs of metals inside, new regulations quickly formed to help fight against catalytic converter thefts. The most obvious way to stop something you can't control 24/7 is to add an anti-theft system in place. This would be a great way to segue into a VPN sponsorship, but I'm talking about Cat Clamp. This isn't a chastity device, but one of the more popular options to help mitigate the catalytic converter theft crisis. They even have a police officer on their website, so you know it's legit. Other tools and devices became available, like catalytic converter alarms, which in this clip is probably the best option instead of paying $200 to $300 for the Cat Clamp. The more interesting option would be the Cat Strap, which is a bright orange strap around the Cat converter with steel cables inside to grip onto saw blades, which will stop the blade from getting inside to cut the converter. But what was being done internally to stop this? Obviously, we can't rely on companies to save the day. The US government showed up late to the party in 2022, introducing the PART Act. This bill encourages Cat converters to have the vehicle's VIN number listed on it. Many auto shops are doing this for free now. They will engrave it for you if you ask. The bill will also require sellers of the vehicle parts containing precious metals to provide tons of information as proof that it belongs to them. This act apparently never got into real law, but technically did, just implemented separately into different state regulations. In most scrapyards, you're required to provide your ID, with the scrapyard keeping a copy, along with your signature and other various requirements. Some states even have their own requirements for added protection. There's a full list of each state's scrap laws on this website I found. Of course, there's going to be a few bad apples. Local scrapyards wanting to stay in business by letting thieves sell their stolen converters, because otherwise you're just kicking out customers. Eventually, car production will become more normal. from the pitfalls of the pandemic, and on top of that, with all new regulations and pending bills, I think this trend will stop soon, if not slow down. There's a lot of speculation happening. Most are just hoping it'll stop altogether. There's tons of tips online to help prevent this from happening if you're worried. And as of writing this, there's no real telling if the trend will slow down, but what I do know is this most likely is a trend and will kind of just fall off within the next few years as people become more aware and more regulations become available. My prediction is when scrapyards build stable systems for preventing this, then there's going to be nobody else to sell catalytic converters to, because in reality, nobody other than car guys and scrap companies want those. You're not going to sell it on the black market, and then after that, there's going to be no real point in stealing them anymore. If you like this video, like it or dislike it. I have more videos relating to car business stories and trends coming soon, so subscribing will help a lot to grow this channel. Thank you for watching.